are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
Last question I want to ask.
Yeah, make it your last question because you know I don't do interviews no more.
Well, it's in the contract. You and Eazy, on, off.
Yeah.
You're not from Philly, but you rep Philly.
Yeah.
What is the difference between what's going on with Eazy repping Philly, but they say he's not from Philly, but you're not from Philly, but you rep Philly. You got on, isn't that a Philly hat right there?
And it seemed like they love me, right?
Right.
I think that was something me and Bill Collector planted 15 years ago when we got in the game. Mm-hmm. We made it known that we were from southeastern Pennsylvania, not inside the city limits.
Right.
And I think Philly respected that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, one thing I think over time was you can see just because I don't live across Oaklands Avenue or down, you know, Broad and Albany or at the city limits where it starts, we so close to the city, I'm a product of it, right? Reed Dollars, Cheap Raw, Vodka, you know, these dudes, NH, Touch Money, Headshots, Too Raw for the Streets, Top Class. I'm a historian about the city. There's not too many people that know more about the hip-hop scene than me because I was a student of it.
Right.
They taught me how to rap. And I think that Philly kind of gets the remnants of that old DVD feel when they see me battle. I kind of represent how we sound and to a certain degree. I'm not saying I'm hotter than everybody, but like, I think I sound how Philly would want to be represented to a certain degree, and I think they respect that. And we said where we were from, and we always stood on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's a big difference,
I think it's a big difference, right? There's no confusion. Now, if I would have told y'all I was from Broad and Nijo in Southwest, when that's in North, right? They would have been on my ass the same way. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I get it. I understand it, right?
So if for he born in Philly, does that not matter?
It does matter, but it depends on who you ask.
Okay.
Right? Because then once we figure out he's born in Philly, now half the people who don't want him to be from Philly and say, well, he wasn't raised in Philly. So it all depends on who you ask him. One thing I know about Philly is, as prideful as they is, if you hot, you hot. That's simple.
Right.
If you hot, you hot. And
right.
if you hot, they'll get that shit up for you. You know what I mean? So, and that's why Eazy has had the support of the city for a large part of his run. It's not like they fronted on him the whole time.
Right.
You look at, like, you go look at his Hitman Holla battle, which I would argue is one of his biggest looks. Go look who's standing behind him. Top Floor Luke, Stiz, Kay Walker, everybody that, you know, a lot of people who he don't see eye to eye with now had his back at one point. Why that changed, they had to answer that.
All right, well, Philly representative, but from Norristown.
Let me tell you something. We live 9 fucking minutes from from the city limits. I live 25 minutes walking distance.
Wow.
The city limits is a mile and a half from my house. It's 4 miles from our hometown.
You might not be from there,
Philly's
but you
so
believe
geographical. They'll make it sound like Norristown is 2 hours away. It's not. So we're just a product of them. We're a little outside town, right outside of that. And the way they dress, we dress. The way they talk, we talk. There's no difference. Only to an out-of-towner, they wouldn't understand it. Norristown is Philly. So,
congratulations tonight, man. You had a great night tonight.
Appreciate
that doesn't really happen a lot in your career, but you had a great night tonight, man.
I love you all,
Rosenberg
man.
Raw, and there was some guy walking around saying you actually caught a 30. I think his name was Cut.
I never heard of him.
He's a guy named Cut.
There was a guy who actually looked like me weirdly.
He looks?
Who, as I was rapping, spilled fucking yak on me as he was reacting to my bars. I gotta go figure out who that was. We'll have a fucking conversation about it. All right, on.
Rosenberg Raw, appreciate you, brother.
15 Minutes of Fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!